either.
Mr. Chaskasen, where do we see that what is on the screen is related to your page 184 and 185? Because there are no, it is redacted to what is on the screen, so there are no obvious identifiers that link the two documents, the three documents.
Chair, Commissioner, what I can confirm to you is that the well, let me check this. Let us come back to this. Let us return these documents. Let us make these documents available, and we will come back. But what you do recall, Witness F, is that the finding that was ultimately made was negative.
I'm not sure, but I think it was negative. I'm subjected to be corrected if that one can be made present in my disposal.
Okay, well, we'll take this forward at a later stage.
Mr. Chaskasen, I would have asked a question relating to the same topic at 556, but if you are coming back to it, can I
sorry,
I'm saying this page, these documents at this letter and evidence bag, I was going to ask questions about them, but if you are coming back to the topic, I'm happy.
Commissioner Baloyi, I'm happy for you to ask your questions now, but
okay.
It's not going to interfere with me when I come back.
All right. Witness F, this R. Steve Mswazi, in brackets, is he a member of the SAPS?
He is not, Commissioner.
Okay. Now, if he's not a member of the SAPS, why do you share with him SAPS property, the letter that you wrote requesting that Warrant Officer Mutau be the one responsible for the matter?
Thank you, Commissioner. The reason that I've shared with Brastif, I might have stored him as Bra, as in is a you know, early 40s, old 50s. To me, it's like a father. So I did not see him as a threat or a problem when I sent him a proof, because of he was pestering me, hey, that is when I said, Baba, relax. This is what I'm busy with now. So that he must be at ease to see that I'm not avoiding him. It's the matter of agency at work. Secondly, Bob R. or Brastif has no interest in these matters. He does not even know the people who are arrested there. It was just me sending to him and say, Baba, relax. I'm coming. I'm still under pressure. Thank you, Commissioner.
But you see, your answer doesn't square up. Your letter is on the 7th of June, and all it says to somebody on the 7th of June is that you want the fingerprints to be taken, I think that's what it is, to be checked, and then you state who is supposed to do that, and that's on the 7th of June, and then you forward this letter to our Steve, on the 14th of June. So you forward it 7 days later. It doesn't tell anyone that you are busy with this matter. You've written the letter, you've finished. Well, what is he supposed to make of it?
Supposed to make Steve to relax. I was, in a way, assuring him that I can never avoid to come and ride with him, even though I sent it 14 days or 7 days after. It was in that fashion that, Baba, relax. I'm busy with my work.
No, you're not busy writing the letter on the 14th, Witness F. Please try and think harder about the kind of answer you want to give us. It's false that you sent him a letter dated the 7th on the 14th so that you can show him that you are busy with this matter. That's false. That's not the only matter on your desk for sure. I can suggest that. So it is false, the answer that you are giving us. You have two options. You can rethink your answer or say to me, well, you stand by your answer even though I say it is false. Please don't repeat it. Do you want to say anything?
Commissioner, I'm afraid to say anything because according to me, I'm answering to the best of my ability. Now, I'm kind of skeptical to answer to suit a certain narrative or a certain direction, not on what really transpired on that particular day.
Okay.
I took an oath to tell nothing but the truth.
Yes.
So that is why I'm trying my level best to tell as it is.
Yes.
Thank you for.
All right. I really would like you to tell nothing but the truth. So far, you are not doing that. But let me ask you my next question. The evidence, I think, is the evidence bag, the one that says Musina case number 2 times fingerprint set. It has no date, so it doesn't say anything about you are busy. We know you are not the one that is going to be checking these fingerprints. Why do you send it? You've sent him the letter, which tells him you are busy. You've written a letter on the 7th, so you are busy. Why do you send him this bag that says, that gives a Musina case number and it says 2 times fingerprint set, and that's all that bag says? Why do you send that?
Commissioners, the bag goes hand in glove with the letter that I've sent. I just sent them 2 sets.
Yes, I'm asking you, why do you send him the bag? You don't answer and say they go together. Whether or not they go together, you've sent the letter, you've given us your explanation. You wanted to show him that you are busy writing a letter that is dated the 7th. You're busy with a matter. Why do you send the bag which says nothing? On the face of it, it just gives the case number and what's in there. Why do you send this evidence bag to Steve? Witness F, do you have an answer or not to my question?
I'm afraid I would say, commissioners, I've sent the bag with the letter, and it will not sit well with my honorable commissioner that it will look as if now I'm not telling the truth. But I just sent it like that. And now, the evidence bag usually, there are no dates. Once you put the letter, the date on a letter, and you just stapler your so-called or your letter on top of this evidence bag. When you submit to local criminal center. So at that particular time, we're not stapled together. I've sent both of them at that time.
Okay. Lastly, are you able to tell us whether or not it is lawful that you share this kind of information with a civilian?
I think the lawful, according to my little knowledge that I have, not that I'm making an excuse, it becomes unlawful when you share an information with a civilian who is compromised or who got interest in that particular matter. So to me, at that time, I was just sending Ubaba, this is what I'm busy with. I did not see it like that.
Okay.
So my answer to the commission, by the time I sent it, there was no any unlawfulness.
Okay. Maybe let me say lastly, I know speaking for myself, but I suspect many South Africans will not sleep easy, knowing that police officers share matters, documents that are in dockets, they share them with civilians who have absolutely no interest, according to you, in matters that are under investigation. I just want to make that comment to you, that it is a matter of concern. And I put it to you, it's irregular and unlawful that you would have shared the contents of a police file with a civilian who has, according to you, no interest in the matter. Thank you, Witness F.
Noted, and thank you, Commissioner.
I now want to go onto a different topic involving Mr. Motsumi, and it's going to involve flipping between a series of chats between yourself and Mr. Motsumi that start at page 554, and some parallel chats between yourself and General Sabia that start at page 224. So can I ask you to start at 554, but if you've got a post-it stamp or something that you can just mark that page when I ask you to go back, you keep it marked because we're going to be moving backwards and forwards between these pages.
Our desks are a bit cluttered, so do we need to put some of the files away and focus on one for a moment and then?
I think for now, it will be both exhibit files.
Okay.
Are the ones that we will be going through.
And you referred us to 554 and 22 something.
224
Thank
and
you.
554. And in fact, it's 553 where it starts, not 554. And there you will see that at page 553, Mr. Motsumi called you at 13:51, sort of 9 minutes to 2 in the afternoon. If you jump now, I'm sorry, we're talking about the 5th of June 2024. If you jump now to 224, you'll see that 2 minutes after you got the call from Mr. Motsumi, you sent a message to General Sabia saying, "Time for meeting, question mark, question mark." General Sabia replied to you at 15:26 saying, 18 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930. You responded at 1527 saying, let me forward.
Mr. Chaskalson, just bear with us, please.
We are lost, Mr. Chaskalson. 224 is what? Is
S-
this-
Same, 224 in the exhibit bundle, not the annexure bundle.
Two 224 and 553, you say?
And 553 is where we start. So if we can start again at 553. And it may actually be easier just to take out 553 and 554 and to have them in one hand while one looks at 224 and 225 in the file. So 553, and all of this is happening on the 5th of June 2024. At 1351, Mr. Motsumi calls you, 1351:45. That's the sort of open chat bubble on the left-hand, bottom left of 553. Now if we go to 224, we see that at 13:53:26, which is 2 minutes later, you send a text to General Sabia saying, time for meeting, question mark, question mark. Staying on 224, at 15:26, General Sabia responds to you and says, 1800 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930. You say immediately, let me forward to them. Now, who is them who you're going to forward to?
Thank you, Commissioners. Can I not answer that for now? Because I've got an issue here. I can see where it says outgoing and ingoing. I'm making an example. Outgoing, it is me, there in 554. The message reads as follows, still with the National Commissioner. Let's see how it goes. So on the chart, it shows it is me sending that message to Braar Mswazi. And at no cost, I was with the National Commissioner. So I'm bringing this submission that I cannot comment further on this WhatsApp up until the High Court matter is finalized, because I can't answer, because I'm not sure that this message were forwarded to me, or I am the author of such. Like this other message saying, yes, let us see, Sintimule is still representing. I've never been on a meeting with Sintimule, but on the chart, it states that I am the one who sent such message. So I'm making this submission to the Commission that I cannot answer on this one because I'm not clear about them, especially this chart.
Well, I'll take you through the chats. I don't expect you to answer yet. I think that the concern that you're just expressing is one that will go away when we go through the chat slowly, because we'll realize that what you're doing is you're forwarding to Mr. Motsumi messages that you receive from General Sabia. But we may need to go slowly to show that to you. You say at 1527, let me forward to them. If you go to 553, you see that at 1542, you forward to Mr. Motsumi the message from General Sabia. 18 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930. That's the message that General Sabia sent to you that you're now forwarding to Mr. Motsumi. There are then conversations between yourself...
sorry, Mr. Chaskasin. Witness F, just to be sure that you are still with us, do you accept that you wrote the text that says, let me forward to them at page 224? You sent that. There's no question of it having been forwarded or anything like that. It appears to be a text that was written by you. Do you accept that?
Commissioners, my problem is, if I accept this was written by me, then I must also accept that still with the National Commissioner, let's see how it goes. So I'm just humbly asking the Commission, the Honorable Commission, that can I not answer that?
No, respond to this individually. I don't understand when you say, if I accept this one, then I will have to accept another one. Let us focus on this, and you will deal with the other one you are referring to at the stage at which you may have to. Did you or did you not write the one that says, let me forward to them? Earlier, I never understood you not to be accepting that. And by all appearances, you appear to have written this. Nothing seems as if this was forwarded or that you forwarded it. You wrote this, not so.
Commissioners, I'm trying to recall.
What are you trying to recall? Just look at the flow. Nothing appears to have been forwarded. This appears to have been a chat written by you. There's nothing to recall.
No, Commissioner, if you could check there by 553, it also appeared as if it is written by me. So that is the reason I'm saying here in 224, I can't quite remember. You see there, Commissioner, in 554?
What are you talking about there?
If we take this sequentially, what we will see is that at 554, what is being forwarded to Mr. Motsumi is 3 texts that General Sabia has sent to the witness. But we do need to take it sequentially. Maybe the witness should be excused from answering questions until we've seen the whole picture.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
So the picture continues. You said, let me forward to them at page 224 at 1527. And that's exactly what you did. At 1553, sorry, at 553, 1542, you forward to Mr. Motsumi the message that General Sabia has just sent you. 1800 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930.
Yes.
Then at 1548, this is a few minutes after you've told Mr. Motsumi what General Sabia's availability is, you have a call with him. If we go back to 224, at 1549, which is 1 minute later, you tell General Sabia, 1800, it's confirmed. So if we can just rerun this exchange. You've spoken to Mr. Motsumi. You've then asked General Sabia for a time for a meeting. He said 1800 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930. You've said, let me forward to them. You've forwarded it to Mr. Motsumi. You've spoken to Mr. Motsumi, and you've now responded to General Sabia to say, confirmed for 1800. What then happens is you have two calls on page 224 with General Sabia, one at 1625 and one at 1641. At 1641:33, General Sabia sends you a message, still with the National Commissioner, let's see how it goes. Over the page, on 225 at 1642, in other words, a minute later, you say, should I let them know? General Sabia responds at 1724, yes, but let us see. Sentumule is still presenting. That's 1724 when he sends you that message saying, let them know that I must see how things are going. I'm still with the National Commissioner. General Sentumule is still presenting. So now we've got to go to 554. And what we see at 554 is at 1740, you forward to Mr. Motsume your exchange with General Sabia. So the message from General Sabia, which said, still with the National Commissioner, let's see how it goes. Your response, which says, should I let them know? And his response, which says, yes, but let's see, Sentumule is still presenting. So you've taken those three messages that you exchanged with General Sabia at 1641, 1642, and 1724, and you forwarded them to Mr. Motsumi at 1740. At 1827, you get another message from General Sabia saying, still here with the National Commissioner. You speak at 1857. At 1858, you get another message, still here with General Sentumule and the National Commission. At 1937, you say to General Sabia, are you winning? He responds, we just finished now. Are they still there? You say at 1945, yes. General Sabia says, and you say to General Sabia, how far? He responds immediately, give me 30 minutes, I'm on my way. Now, what were you organizing a meeting between General Sabia and Mr. Motsumi about? What were they meeting about?
Now, as you explain like this, I tend to understand it better, commissioners. I was not arranging the meeting for Mr. Motsumi and General Sabia. I was passing a message from General Sabia to Mr. Motsumi, where General Sabia wanted to meet Mr. Motsumi. When I'm referring to them, it's not them as in them, it's them as an African culture. Ubaba sithi abobaba. That's in English because of in African culture. So them, maybe I just said them because I refer him as abobaba. So that is the reason I was referring to that as them. But I confirm that there was a meeting that was scheduled by General Sibiya to Mr. Mutsumi.
Can I just ask a question, Witness F? You say you were being respectful by referring to one person as them. On page 225, chat number 8. Do you know why General Sibiya would refer to them in plural, as in, are they still there? If it was just one person that you were talking about.
I assume maybe I don't want to comment commissioners on his behalf, but I think maybe he took it from me when I say them, then he say, are they there? But I don't want to comment on his behalf.
You see, Witness F, these answers have to make sense. That's why you have to read the chats in sequence. And when you read them in sequence, it's quite clear that both of you are referring to multiple people, not a single person. Do you want to comment?
That's correct, commissioners. But on a lighter note, the intention there from my side is them, I was referring to Baba Mutsumi. Maybe it was an error on my side, but I thought at that particular time it was the matter of respect. This is what I think it came from that direction, Commissioner. I don't know if maybe my answer.
So, Witness F, who in addition to Mr. Mutsumi was General Sibiya going to meet there?
Can you repeat that question, Commissioner?
Who, other than Mr. Mutsumi, who in addition to Mr. Mutsumi was General Sibiya going to meet at this gathering?
To be honest with you, Commissioners, I don't know, but I can confirm that he was going to meet Mr. Mutsumi.
Were you not present with Mr. Mutsumi where General Sibiya was going to come meet?
No, I was never present with Mr. Mutsumi.
You see, at 1939, General Sibiya says, we just finished now, are they still there? And do you say yes? How did you know they were still there?
Because I was communicating with Mr. Mutsumi.
If we go to your communications with Mr. Mutsumi, remember, the question is asked by General Sibiya at 1939, and you answer at (1945). So it's 1939, 1945. We don't see any communications between yourself and Mr. Mutsumi between 1939 and 1945. Look at page 554.
The reason I'm still eager that I was not there is because of earlier when I communicated with Mr. Mutsumi, I knew that there was no way that you could have moved away from wherever he was before seeing General Sibia. So I took it from that angle that they are still here or he's still here. But in my statement, I wrote, or in my sentence, I wrote, they are, but he was.
So you're now saying it's only one person who General Sibia was going to meet?
Commissioners, according to me, at that time, the person that General Sibia was supposed to meet, it was no one else other than Mr. Mutsumi. So not that I'm changing my statement that there were other people, as it is written there on my chart. The person that I knew, it was only Mr. Mutsumi.
So the only person you knew in that gathering was Mr. Mutsumi, but there would have been other people too?
That one, honestly, I cannot say if there were other people too.
I want to come back to my earlier question. How did you know that they were still there if you weren't with them?
My answer is still that one, that there was no way that maybe they could have, or he could have moved away from where he was.
Why? Where was he?
He was in Bryanston.
At a home? At a restaurant?
I don't know.
How did you know he was in Bryanston?
He told me earlier that he would be in Bryanston.
And why would being in Bryanston mean that he couldn't have moved away?
This is what he told me, that he would not move the whole day.
But we're now past the day. We're at 7:45 at night. How did you know he wouldn't have moved from Bryanston?
My answer is still that, Honorable Commissioner. He said he's going to be there for the most of the time, or the whole thing. That is the reason I came to the conclusion that he was there.
You see, Witness F, I find that a difficult question to accept, because your boss, the Deputy National Commissioner of Police, has said to you, essentially, I'm 30 minutes away, I'm about to drive there, are they still there? And you, on an assumption that someone who told you he was going to be in Bryanston wouldn't leave Bryanston because you don't leave Bryanston, would be there. And so your boss should now drive 30 minutes out of his way on the off chance that he will find Mr. Mutsumi still in Bryanston. What's your comment to that?
This is what he said. I can't comment on that.
But you, on your hunch that when Mr. Mutsumi's in Bryanston, he doesn't leave Bryanston, we're happy to send your boss off on a 30-minute drive to Bryanston. Is that what you're saying?
I think it will depend on where my boss was at the time that will allow him to drive 30 minutes to where Mr. Mutume was?
You didn't know where your boss was. You asked him how far. He said, give me 30 minutes.
Can you repeat that question?
When you said yes, they're still there, you didn't know where your boss was. You didn't know how long it would take him to get there, because you asked him straight after that, how far? And he said,
Yes.
give me 30 minutes on my way.
That's correct.
So you were telling your boss, at least after he told you, give me 30 minutes, that drive 30 minutes out of your way. I haven't spoken to them. I'm not with them, but I have a hunch that they will still be there in 30 minutes. Is that what you're saying?
I did not know at that time where my boss was. I just received that message from him without 30 minutes.
But you did know by 1946, because he'd said, give me 30 minutes, I'm on my way. So you knew he was 30 minutes away.
Because he told me that.
Yes, but you were happy to let him drive for 30 minutes to Bryanston on your version, because you know that Mr. Mutsumi doesn't leave Bryanston when he's there for the day. It just seems strange to me, Witness F. It seems to me that if you weren't with Mr. Mutsumi at the time, you would have called him. And you'd have said, my boss is 30 minutes away. Should I tell him to come, or have you had enough of waiting now? But we don't see anything like that. So we are driven to infer that you were with Mr. Mutsumi.
Commissioners, I will never deny Mr. Mutsumi, nor lie about him, nor his meetings or meeting with Lieutenant General Sibia. I've got no reason to do that. If I was with Mr. Mutsumi, I would have said it. I was with him on that day. So I'm still repeating, I was not with him that particular time. But Mr. Mutsumi is someone that I oftenly talk to, bike with him, travel with him with a bike. So there is no reason for me to lie that I was with him at that particular day. I'm not hiding him. But on that particular night or day, when he was to meet with General Sibia, I was not there.
You said meetings with Mr. Mutsumi, then you corrected yourself, meeting.
No. I'm just saying why. Meeting or meetings. Not that is there any meeting or that I'm hiding or no. I'm still saying meeting or meetings. I was never part. And there is no way that I can say on that day I was not with Mr. Mutsumi while I was with him. So I was never with him on that day.
How many meetings are you aware of that have taken place between Mr. Mutsumi and General Sibia?
I can't remember, but as maybe it goes or it comes to that point, I will be able to remember. But for now, I can't say exactly because this is what I remember now. Not that maybe I'm shying away from anything, but as we go on, maybe I will remember.
You say you can't say exactly. Are we talking about 5 meetings, 10 meetings, 20 meetings? What is your estimate?
I can't remember. I only remember this one for now, Commissioner.
For now, you only remember this one.
Yes.
Maybe we'll refresh your memory a bit later. I want now to move to a meeting.
Before you do that, Mr. Chaskalson, Witness F, you say the meeting was in Bryanston. How did you come to know that they were going to meet in Bryanston? Who told you that?
Mr. Mutsumi,
Yes. Why would he tell you where they are meeting if you're not part of the meeting? If all you're doing is passing messages between him and General Sibia and you're not part of the meeting, why would he tell you he's in Bryanston, the meeting is in Bryanston?
thank you, Commissioner. I think the reason that Mr. Mutsumi told me is to when General Sibia comes out from his meeting, I must tell him he must come to Bryanston.
Okay, so sorry, carry on.
Commissioners, I want to bring this to your attention. I've never ever attended any meeting.
No, Witness F. Don't pose your own question and then answer it. I've asked you a specific question. If you are not going to attend this meeting in Bryanston, why would Mr. Mutsumi tell you that the meeting is in Bryanston? Answer my question, please.
To tell General Sibia to come there. I was never part of the meeting.
All right. So he must have given you the address unless you are telling us that General Sibia knows the address in Bryanston, knew it already. Which one is it?
I think so, Commissioners.
Okay, so you never had to give General Sibia the Bryanston address. He knew it already.
I assume, Commissioners.
That must be so. It's not a question of assumption, and it's really simple. Witness F, you don't have to be evasive about it. If you did not tell General Sibia the address in Bryanston, and yet he knew that the meeting is in Bryanston, and he went there without you giving him the address, he must have already known the address. It's a yes or no answer.
Commissioner, I feel like you are putting me in the corner to answer on behalf of Mr. Sibia and Mr. Mutsumi now.
No.
I'm trying my best to answer in the best of my ability. Hey, I can't type myself.
No, Witness F. No, Witness F. You don't get to avoid answering this question. Here are the facts. Let's build it up. You are the go-between, Mr. Mutsumi and General Sibia, about this meeting. You are passing on messages. You are checking your general. Where are you? How long are you going to be? You're doing that. You tell us that you were not at that meeting, but you also tell us that the meeting was in Bryanston. So someone told General Sibia where to go in Bryanston. Firstly, that the meeting is in Bryanston and where to go. Was it you that told him?
No, it was not me.
Was it? Let me finish. Was it you that gave General Sibia the address of where the meeting in Bryanston is going to be, if it was in Bryanston?
It was not me. but I assume General Sibiya.
Okay, no, it wasn't you. My question is, was it you? You say it wasn't you. Now, to go back, to, and I take that for what it's worth, to go back to what you said a few steps back, you said in answer to Mr. Cheskalson, you said that you wouldn't deny that you meet with Mr. Mutsumi because you do, but you were not at this meeting. You have no reason not to admit if you were at the meeting. I want to propose to you and put to you why you would want to deny or to avoid us knowing that you were in that meeting, which is what Mr. Cheskalson suggests. You would not want us to know you were in that meeting because you don't want to be asked questions about who else was in the meeting and importantly, what was discussed in the meeting. That's your motive for not wanting to admit that you were in that meeting when Mr. Cheskalson suggests that you were in the meeting. Do you have any comment to that?
Yes, Commissioner, thank you. The level of respect between myself and Mr. Mutsumi and the level of respect between myself and Lieutenant General Sibiya is something else. Under no circumstances I will sit with them in the meeting with them both in that particular meeting. There is no way.
Thank you, Witness F.
No way. I did not sit in the meeting together with them, and I'm not avoiding the question of who or saying who else was in that particular meeting, what else was discussed in the meeting. But I'm glad because General Sibiya is to appear, you will have to answer that. What was that meeting
Yes,
all about?
you have answered. You have answered me. Thank you.
Can I just clarify one issue, Witness F? It appears from these chats that General Sibiya, although he was in a meeting, he was available because he was able to chat with you and you were able to forward some of the chats. Do you know why Steve was not communicating directly with General Sibiya? Why were they communicating through you, unless you were the meeting organizer and you were part of the meeting?
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, I can never be the meeting organizer between General Sibiya and Mr. Mutsumi. And I can never also be part of that particular meeting. And according to me, maybe General Sibiya is used to send me messages to forward them. Sometimes maybe he would say he's in the meeting, not specifically with Mr. Mutsumi. Hey man, I'm in the meeting, I've given people your numbers for in case they are looking for me, please write that message because of you're the person that I often communicate with. Not that he was communicating with me specifically because of Mutsumi. He has communicated with me with about other generals that I must convey message to. So basically, this is what I was at a particular time. Not that I was part and parcel of that meeting.
Yes, but why are they doing it through you? I mean, he was clearly available. He could receive texts from Mr. Mutsumi. Why were they doing it through you? Why was it for you, for example, to find out how far he is, how long it will take for him to get to the meeting, and to obviously convey that message to Mr. Mutsumi? Because it looks here like even after General Sibiya had left his meeting, you were still the go-between. I mean, he was not communicating with the person or the people he was meant to meet with? Why were they doing it through you?
Hey, that man, I don't know.
It can only mean you were part of the meeting, Witness F.
No, Commissioners. I was never part of that meeting. I was never. Even General Sibia will come and explain. I was never even one part of his meetings. Never.
Well, you've said to Commissioner Kumalo that you could never be part of a meeting between Mr. Mutsumi and General Sibia. Why is that? I mean, assuming they're talking about General Sibia's work-related matters, why could you never, ever, to use your language, be part of a meeting between the two? What do you know about what they discuss in those meetings that you could never, ever be part of meetings with them?
Okay, maybe it came out of context. I did not mean like that. Never ever. I think I'm shying away from something. I'm talking in level of respect. When your parents talk as a child, you can't sit in and watch them in the eyes. You must give them space. So as a result, I was not part and parcel of that meeting. And to come to the point of the commissioner where she says Sibia and Mutsumi were discussing his work, I don't even know what were they discussing. So I'm saying in that point, not that I'm shying away from anything. It was just a matter of level of respect. That has got nothing to do with me, because of if they wanted me in, they could have come and joined me. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, Mr. Chaskotson.
Witness F, if we go now to exhibit bundle page 202, there's, do you have page 202?
Yes.
You see it 7 October 2023 at 4:30 in the morning. General Sibia, 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
General Sibia sends you a message. The National Commissioner of Eswatini just died here at OR Tambo. I'm going there now. You see that?
That's correct.
Now if you go to page 673, and this is a record of your chats with Mr. Msibi, who's also known as Mswazi. And in fact, you describing... now, at the top of page 673, you see that at 5 in the morning, you forward General Sibia's message to Mr. Msibi. The National Commissioner of Eswatini just died here at OR Tambo. I'm going there now. And then a little later, you send a message to Mr. Msibi, morning Baba. It was SMS from number 1 this morning. So my question to you is, why did you refer to General Sibia as number 1 when you communicated with Mr. Msibi?
I refer him like that as number 1.
Sorry, I'm not sure I heard that answer correctly. You referred to him?
As number 1.
But why? Why was he number 1 to you and Mr. Msibi?
I don't know, Commissioners. This is how I referred to him as number one.
And Mr. Msibi knew who you were referring to when you said it's from number one.
I don't think so, because he never responded.
But why would you refer to General Sabia as number one in a text to Mr. Msibi if you didn't know that Mr. Msibi would know who you were talking about?
I just referred him like that when I forwarded the message to Mr. Msibi.
No, witness F, you knew that Mr. Msibi will understand who you're referring to. You knew that. Let's not reformulate or deny the obvious. You knew that he would understand who you're talking about. Otherwise, we are now in the realm of beyond irrationality, but madness now. If you're just sending texts without any reason to think that the person you're sending it to will know and understand who you are talking about. So you knew that Mr. Msibi, I think it is Mr. Msibi, you knew that he would know who you're referring to when you say number one. And that's it. It's improbable. It's false, in fact, if you say you don't know if he would have known. You're being dishonest in your evidence. And I think it's fair to put that to you, that you're being dishonest when you say you don't know if you didn't know if Mr. Msibi would know that you are referring to General Sibia. That's one. And then I have a question. Why would you tell Mr. Msibi that where General Sibia is going, General Sibia's movements?
Thank you, Commissioners. I was not specifically telling Mr. Msibi about Mr. Sibia's movement. I was informing him about someone that died at Eswatini because he's got a relationship with the kingdom of Eswatini. And I was telling him on those bases, this is what happened in Eswatini. Not that I was giving General Sibia's information to Mr. Msibi. And then I further elaborated to him that I got that from number one.
And why did you think Mr. Msibi would be interested in this information? That your superior, General Sibia, shares with you his subordinate in a work context. He shares with you this information because he's going there not because he's a friend of the National Commissioner of Eswatini. He goes there because he's the Deputy National Commissioner. So he goes to the airport and then he tells you not because you are his friend, he tells you because you are his subordinate. Why would you share that information with a civilian? And why would you believe that the civilian has an interest in this topic?
I think, Commissioners, knowing that Mr. Msibi is the person that frequents mostly in Eswatini, and he's got businesses at Eswatini, and he's got a relationship with the kingdom. I was just informing him knowing that even though it's from my boss. So I just send it like that.
This is another instance where you share with a civilian SAPS information, because this is SAPS information from your DNC to you, the subordinate. So this is yet another case where you're sharing with a civilian SAPS information.
I think by the time Commissioners General Sylvia sent this to me, it was already on the public.
Yes, it may have been in the public. We don't know. I've asked you a simple question, or in fact, I'm making a statement, which is, this is another case where information that was shared with you by your superior to a subordinate, that subordinate being you, information that was shared in that relationship, you go and share it, you forward it to a civilian. That's simply it. And the answer is yes. There's no being clever about it, Witness F. The answer is yes. You shared SAPS information that was communicated to you by your superior with a civilian. You may comment if you want to.
No comment on that, Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Chaskazi.
Witness F, your relationship with Mswazi taxi boss, that's how he's described in your chats. What was your relationship with him?
Thank you, Commissioner. I was raised by Mswazi when I was still in primary, up until I've matriculated. I was staying with him, Commissioner, up until grade 11. That is my relationship. I was looking up to him as a father. He looked up to me as a son. That is basically our relationship.
Just tell me, is this how you saved him on your phone, Mswazi taxi boss? Is that how you saved him on your phone?
This is how he preferred to be called, big boss or taxi boss. This is how I saved him.
Yeah, I just find it strange that somebody who basically brought you up and whom you respected so much, you wouldn't refer to him as Ubaba or something more respectful, but you would instead refer to him as a taxi boss. I just find that unusual. Do you want to comment, or do you want to just leave it there?
I want to comment on that. When I was addressing him as Ubaba. Even on my phone, before I stored him as Ubaba, then him himself said, no, I'm not your father. I'm your big boss. Then I've changed the way I saved him there and there. Mswazi, taxi boss, I showed him to him. Then he laughed. That is how and when I left it like that.
Was he your boss?
No, he was my father, not my boss.
You've just said now, he said you must stop referring to him as father because he's your big boss.
No. He said, when we address him, even though he's our father, he's the big boss. So this is how I said him the way he preferred. That was 10 years back.
Thank you.
If we can go to a different meeting, it's a meeting that took place on the 14th of September 2024. And it starts at page 51 of the exhibit bundle. And there on the morning of 14 September, you'll see that at 7:25 you receive a call from CAT Security. That's Mr. Matlala.
That's correct.
And then there's no contact between you until 11 minutes past 7 in the evening. But what happens before then, we have to go to page 245 to work out. Because at 2:45, at 10 past 7 in the evening on the same day, General Sabia sends you a text, ask CAT to make a turn. And you respond at 11 minutes past 7 in the evening. I spoke to him earlier. He promised to come around 2000 hours. You recall those texts?
Yes, I do, Commissioners.
How frequent was it for Mr. Matlala and General Sabia to meet?
I would not know exactly, but I would know that Mr. Matala would send me messages. Vice versa, General Sabia would send messages that tell CAT or CAT tell General Sabia.
So when they wanted to meet, they would arrange the meeting through you? That's a question.
I can't say that. If they wanted to meet, they would meet through me.
But you said earlier that sometimes you got messages from Mr. Matlala, sometimes you got messages from General Sabia, and I presume that you were referring to arranging meetings between the two of them.
I'm not sure if some communication was arranging meetings. I'm not sure about that.
But it's a relatively simple question, which is, I mean, did you or did you not arrange meetings for General Sabia and Mr. Matlala?
No, I did not.
But on this occasion, you did. You spoke to CAT earlier, and he promised to come around 8 o'clock.
I'm not arranging. I'm just passing a message. You know, when you arrange, according to my understandings, General Sabia, you're going to meet at, let's say, Mamelodi at 7 o'clock, CAT meet General Sabia at 7. So in this matter, it is when I just passed the message from this one to this one.
So maybe I wasn't clear with my question. So did you frequently pass messages between CAT, Mr. Matlala, and General Sabia so that they could communicate with one another when they wanted to meet each other?
Not exactly. No, not exactly. Commissioners, maybe before you go any further, I'm asking for just a restroom. I'm so pressed.
The witness is asking for a rest break.
He's asking for a comfort break, as I understand.
Yes. Let's adjourn and resume at 16:15. Let's adjourn. Mr. Ngwato, you indicated that you wanted to say something before we resume.
Oh, thanks, Commissioner. Now, this morning I indicated that I left my house at 6, and I left my office around 2 o'clock also this morning. So the last time I had something to eat was yesterday. And since being here since this morning, the entire day, I haven't had anything to eat. I tried to drink a bottle of water. I could feel the water as it runs through my body, and I was now feeling dizzy because I haven't had anything to eat since yesterday. I tried to soldier on, but at this level, at this stage, I'm losing concentration as well because I haven't had anything to eat since midday yesterday. Because when I get home at 2, I can't eat at that time. Really no wrong time to eat. Can't get my body through to that. And I had to leave in a hurry this morning. And for my unfortunate situation, I was late by 8 minutes and got chastised. So I was afraid to be late on any of that. So I haven't even left the yard since this morning.
Do you wish to respond, Mr. Chaskalson?
No, Chair. I mean, Mr. Ngwato needs an early adjournment. I think from our side, we'd want the Commission to accommodate him. Maybe we can make up the time tomorrow.
Mr. Ngwato, we had intended to sit until 6 p.m. I know we did not communicate that to you, nor to Advocate Chaskalson, but in the light of your request, we will have to adjourn now. We will resume at 9:30 as usual, but we will not adjourn before 6 p.m. tomorrow. I choose to put it that way just in case we go beyond 6 p.m. Let's adjourn until 9:30 tomorrow.